So baby reset it, shagala mind to refresh, yeah. Balise kanukareta, kali munuli mu Uganda, mulimu obugambo obuwummanja. Nalina kwagala dokupeta, sagambanga nedda, kati kenkufunye ze sirina. Abujeni nanasikira.
A very warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining us here. It's FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 qualifying time. And what a clash we have for you today. The neighbours are clashing once again. It is Uganda up against Rwanda. The Cranes up against the Amavubi here at St Mary's Stadium in Kitende, just on the outskirts of Kampala. And I can tell you that there's a lot at stake in this Group E encounter on this warm afternoon in Uganda, this wonderful country that, well, is bringing to you this entertaining clash, as you can see, as we take a little look at the Group E standings. Well, Mali top of the pile. They haven't lost a game just yet, but it's the same for Uganda. But they have won 2 and drawn 1, 7 points. So Uganda have the chance to leapfrog them with victory over Rwanda today. If they can win this home clash, Kenya back down there in 3rd position on 2 points with the Amavubi of Vincent Mashami at the bottom of the table, just with that 1 single point. There's so much to play for still, of course. I think it's quite a tight little group, but of course Mali, Kenya, that clash taking place. It's in Nairobi, and that takes place this afternoon as well. A little breeze that's brushing through this district just south of the capital, and well, we're very excited to bring to you what should be an enthralling clash. Well, there's a love-hate relationship between these two nations on the sporting front. There's no doubt about that. And they've met on numerous occasions in various competitions. And they only met just a few days ago in Kigali. And what a result it was. It was Uganda who's celebrating what was an historical victory over Rwanda in their own backyard in Kigali. It was a 1-0 victory with Verde scoring that 1 goal. The centre-forward who plays his football in Israel now. It's a very important win that has basically injected a lot of hope within this country and within the football circles, as they believe that they could potentially move into that top position and qualify for the next round. The format for this competition, well, we've gone through the first round of the qualification, and then afterwards straight the 40 nations all combining in the group stage. So 10 groups of 4 nations in each, and well, it's all about finishing top. It's not rocket science. The top team will qualify for round 3. Round 3 will pit together 10 nations, and there'll be a draw, and you don't know who you're going to come up against, of course, until the draw's been made, and only at that point we will understand who will take on who in home and away legs. The 5 victorious teams will be going to Qatar 2022. So, well, a lot of a lot of hoping, a lot of prayers, and a lot of work to get these teams ready for action. It's going to be an entertaining battle as we see Charles Lukwago, who's the goalkeeper, plays his football for KCCA, and he will be leading out the players here. Big match for Uganda, and of course they've got a familiar face in charge, because there was a period where they went. They had you see that man there. His name's Mushu, Milutin Sredojevic, the Serbian coach, who's come back to. He said it was like a homecoming. He's come back home. He said, former coach of Uganda, and now he's back with his favourite Cranes as he tries to work his magic and get them qualified, get them top of the group. Of course, Mali's the other team that they have to battle against, but they've already played. Talking about Uganda, they've already played out a goalless draw on match day 2, which will give them lots of hope going into that return fixture, which could be a decider, in fact, on who will finish top of the group. Mali, of course, very strong, don't get me wrong, but Uganda showing us some fine football as well, as they've got 5 points. Kenya back down there in 3rd spot. So there's still so much to play for. And I think that really sets this clash up beautifully, because match day 4, quite pivotal if you think about it. It will give us a basic, a very strong understanding of who will be in the driving seats. And I'll say seats, or maybe seat, going into the final 2 clashes. So could it be Uganda? Rwanda could throw their hat in the ring with a victory out here today as well and upset the apple cart. But we'll see. We'll see. Vincent Mashami, been with the Rwandan team since 2018, a former, he's a youth coach of APR, and he will be trying to work his magic and trying to get his boys firing out here today. But Uganda with home advantage, and they will be looking to exploit that in a big way out here, having really produced that extraordinary result in Kigali just a few days ago. There he is, Mishu, and the 52-year-old from Serbia, who played for a couple of teams in Belgrade during a career that lasted about 7 or 8 years, turned his hand to coaching back in 1994. So a short career as a player that was stopped because of injuries, I believe. And afterwards, well, then he just said, okay, well, let's start to work my magic and use the experience that I've got, having played for the likes of Grafica Belgrade, Sindelic Belgrade as well, and Svoboda Ljubljana, Subotica as well, and lots of different teams that he played for. But afterwards, he got really involved in coaching, and he went through a whole spell of coaching teams. The first team that he actually coached was in Uganda, outside of Europe, and he coached Villa SC, of course, and who play in the Wakiso district, and then St. George, and in Ethiopia, Orlando Pirates, of course, the Young Africans, San George, and then the Rwanda national team between 2011-2013. Zamalek, the Zambian national team, before landing here in Kampala once again. Coming out onto the pitch, there's the Rwandan captain, Jack Toyasinge. 55 matches played for Rwanda, 15 goals scored, the former Gor Mahia player in Kenya, and now playing his football for APR in the Rwandan capital, Kigali. Perfect afternoon in Uganda for this clash. It's a Group E battle between Uganda and Rwanda, FIFA World Cup qualifier. Time for the 2 anthems before we take a closer look at the players involved.
national anthem of Uganda.
Both teams ready for action. It's time for a very interesting battle between these two neighbours. It's Rwanda here against Uganda, and we'll take a look at Milutin Sredojevic's men who he's picked out here. No Khalid Aucho, he's suspended, but we've got the goal scorer from the first clash of these two teams, Fahad Bayo, who's going to lead them from the front. Lukwego at in goal, Muleme, Awani, Walu Simbi, Iguma, Makwala in the midfield, Biaru Hanga, Waiswa, Tadio Lawanga, who's the Kampala-born former playing for Simba, of course. But Bayo, watch out for him. He's on fire and a good 6 foot in height. He'll be looking to try and break open that Rwandan defence and score and build on the goal that he scored. They've only scored 1 goal through in their first 3 games, 2 goalless matches away to Kenya and at home to Mali. But that 1 goal against Rwanda obviously went down quite well with the fans, and they'll be keen to build on that. Mr. Hitem Aguirat from Tunisia is the man in charge today with his fellow officials from the North African country. Katoya Singye is the captain. 2 goalkeepers. Just talking with Mavoye Kure, goalkeeper. He's football for Tusker in Kenya. Katoya Singye. His partner in crime is no one else but Medi Kagere, who actually was born in Kampala. A couple of players born in Uganda. Let's have a look at the Rwandan team. Well, Dennis Rukundo is one of the players who was actually born in Uganda as well, along with Medi Kagere. Jack Toya Singye, the 2 players leading at the front. Muhire Mukunzi, Manish Mwe. In the midfield, Raphael York, who's based in Sweden, born in Sweden, and Manish Shimwe at the left back, Muzinzi and Nuri Sarike, who plays his football in Armenia. Good, strong team here for Rwanda, but missing Neon Zima. And as I said, Uganda missing Khalid Aucho, one of the key players. Emmanuel Okwi as well, hasn't got a club at the moment, not really fit and ready to be selected by Mishu Milutin Sredojevic. So he's still got a strong team here, and they'll be keen to make their mark at home. Unfortunately, we don't have fans here today. We will have some wonderful football, that's for sure. Here we go then, Uganda up against Rwanda. It's a Group E World Cup qualifier for Qatar 2022. with Uganda playing in red and black up against the Amavubi of Rwanda. A little bit of a shove by Mehdi Kagere. And the free kick for Uganda over on that far side. A little bit of just been hassled marginally there. Imani Shimwe signed a 3-year deal for to play for FAR Rabat in Morocco. 26 years of age. There he is, Milutin Sredojevic. First time that his first spell in charge of Uganda was back in 2013. Quite a few candidates going for the job as well. I think there was over 30, 35. And it was the Scot, Bobby Williamson, who he replaced. He was sacked after some poor performances. And it was funny because Mishu, as he's known, was the coach of Kenya beforehand, and had played one other very mythical match between the two teams in 2011, Dar es Salaam in the CACAFA final. So they actually met, but in different roles, of course. And then 2 years later, Mishu was actually at the helm of Uganda. And that's when he started to build on some good results. And lots of young players, of course, to try and build a team that was good enough to take them to Chan 2014. Offside call just over on that far side. There's Vincent Mashami. The national team at youth level, also APR, one of the top teams, is the Army Patriotique Rwandais Football Club, founded back in 1993. It's the team of the Rwandan Patriotic Front. He's given the role as head coach for Rwanda. Uganda pushing forward has been picked up. There was a hand on the back there. Mukwala, the Vipers player, just trying to get himself into a little pocket of space there, but just got tangled up with the Mani Shimwe. 2 years of age, former youth player in the Ugandan categories. He's a former Viper player, of course, but now he's on loan to Maroons FC. Sandwich there to bring down Raphael York. It's the second cap. The ball comes back to the goalkeeper. Oh, they need to be careful here, Rwanda. And, well, it's just bounced too swiftly there and gone out for a goal kick. Needs to be organised at the back. You can see Charles Quego just communicating with his defenders, Isaac Muleme. Plenty of experience, of course, for the Slovakia-based player. 40 matches played for Uganda. Big battle taking place in the midfield. Good skills from Muhire. He just manages to wriggle away. Raphael York once again. He's got some fine skills, hasn't he? He likes to keep the ball at his feet. Needs a little bit more space. Poaches the ball perfectly away from Tadeo Lwanga. And then the challenge coming in from Isaac Mulemi, offering the Amavubi a free kick. Shimwe and York, and it's been teed up. Oh, that has gone outside of the stadium, probably down the road as well, from Mutsinzi, who's in the second division in Portugal for Trofense. Couple of extra meters there, Dennis Rakundo. One of the two players born here in Kampala. Shimwe looks for the 1-2. Strong challenge there from Bayaranga, but concedes the free kick. Taken quickly by Muhire. Back to Niri Sarike. Nicely picked up by Raphael York. He goes down, but the referee says play on. That's a very wonderful pass. That is out wide, and a good sweeping move here for Uganda if they can get the ball up to the front men. Working his magic over on that far side. Picked up by Lwanga. Urahanga. Now let me get the ball up. They've got a good, well-organised defence and midfield, Rwanda, you can see. Just well structured, just not giving the Ugandan players too much space. Siguma, another player for KCCA. Good opportunity here if he can get his. Oh, that's a very, very hard challenge coming across, and Niri Sarike smashing into Mukwala as he pushed the ball past the defender. Now it will be a free kick. Just came in like a juggernaut. Cleanly taken out of the equation. They have a free kick in a good spot here, depending on the delivery. Isaac Mulemi will take this and try and pick out Bayo. And Mukwala is the delivery into the penalty box. Oh, that was so close. It was whipped right through traffic, and that just a touch could have put that ball in the back of the net. It does come off a Rwandan player, so it will be another corner. But just look at that once again, Mulemi, and that comes across. That was just a question of centimeters, wasn't it? And another corner over on the far side this time. As we approach the 10th minute, the ball delivered, punched away by Mavuya Kure. And the tussle to get hold of the ball. goes against Uganda. Muhire will pick up the free kick. Well, we're goalless here. Uganda against Rwanda here in Entebbe. And a bit of action taking place, a little bit of movement going on in the Rwandan goalmouth after those two, the free kick in the corner. 2 corners, in fact. Once again, we can see that they are getting the ball in the midfield and they're swiftly moving into position. The ball does come back over and it's been picked up by Mukwala. Good use of the pitch there as it comes out to the left-hand side. And that's really well played by Muleme. Ball comes across, but it's just gone out and into the side netting. But another phase of play that is looking favourable for the hosts Uganda. Well, Bayo got his, made contact with that, but it went back to the goalkeeper, Mvoye Kure. Defensive header takes the ball down into the corner. It's been picked up there, which is good news for Uganda as they keep the ball in play and try and work their magic once again and pushing up into dangerous positions, putting more pressure on Vincent Mashami's men. Neither Uganda or Rwanda have actually qualified for a World Cup in the past, but Uganda was second in 1978 in Africa Cup of Nations. 7 participations or appearances in the Africa Cup of Nations. Looked like it came off the arm. It's going to be a corner. That was a good bit of attacking down the left flank with Amani Shimwe working his magic. So first corner for Rwanda in the 15th minute. And there's the delivery at the front post, and well, it was a good opportunity. That was Kagere just coming across and trying to flick it past the goalkeeper. It gets taken out. Good, strong defensive positioning from Timothy Awani. And a throw in it is for Rwanda, getting a little bit of possession just to give them the confidence to get stuck into this battle between these two neighboring countries. Ball picked up in the midfield, and Uganda pushing forward, waiting for an extra man to come along, and they do find it with this man here. Iguma gets past his defender. Oh, the shot, well, he's driven very high. Did well to get past Amini Shimwe, and the left back really didn't have any chance as Iguma just showed us some fine skills, but that final strike, well, he needs to do a little bit better. Trouble is, on this surface, it does bobble a little bit, and when it does, of course, if you don't strike it cleanly, then, well, it risks to fly very high and away from the target. The spring header coming in from Mehdi Kagere, but there was no one to connect onto that. Well, it could have been a useful ball, but there was no one who actually read it, and it was hit a little bit too firmly, so easily tidied up at the back by Mvuye Kure. It's the 32-year-old with just 3 caps, playing for Rwanda now, plays in Kenya for Tusker. Well, there was a good chance, just floated across, and Lukwego picking the ball up and getting it out quickly. I think they've very much underlined the fact that they want to move forward and try and catch the Rwandan defence napping. Working the ball well down that left side as well. Picked up by Isaac Mulemi. Waits for a little bit of support. Well, it's a fluffed attempt to try and get a decent squared ball over to their teammates, and he's muscled his way onto the ball on that occasion. Fahad Bayo just coming back to defend. 11 matches played now for Uganda. And he's got his 7th goal scored against Rwanda in Kigali. Spent time building up his CV, if you like, and getting experience. Started to play at Proline FC, one of the teams, the new teams in the Ugandan Premier League. Got good financial backing and producing some quality players through the academy system. Ended up playing for Vipers before heading to Israel to play for FC Ashdod. Tidied up by Tadio Lwanga. That's nicely done. It's a good piece of play. The ball's been picked up as a great opportunity for... Oh, he just couldn't get his shot on target, Waiswa. But brilliant control. He just pulled it a little bit wide, of course. Which wasn't a major threat for Mvuye Kure, but wasn't it well? Lovely flick, I must admit, coming from Makwala. And the ball just laid into his path. The first touch was good. The defender's racing back, but his shot just not on target. Sensational header to put the ball into his path, pulling it wide instead of just getting over it and driving that leg through and striking it towards the goal. A little moment of excitement for the Ugandan Cranes fans. Kick for a foul on the far side. More possession. Getting more possession than than the visitors at the moment. Must be feeling quite confident. Go out to Isaac Molemi. It's a good ball once again, picked up here by Mukwala. Oh, that's a well-timed challenge by Manishimwe. Mukwala providing a great threat down this right side, the Maroons FC loanee. Another corner will be taken by this man here. Plenty of movement, I imagine, the moment that the run-up begins, and it's gone across. It's in the back of the net. They've scored their goal. Uganda, a header at the far post. It was just a mess, wasn't it? Couldn't clear it, and Bayo scores his second goal in as many games. All smiles the Cranes have here today, here at St Mary's Stadium in Kitende. Well, they really are enjoying this. They pushed forward on numerous occasions, and no one cleared that corner that came right across the penalty box, and well, it was just tidied up by Fahad Bayo. We'll have a look at this again. There's the delivery, and there's the poor clearance coming in from Mehdi Kagere, and a header at the far post. In it goes, and Bayo is the man. And Uganda are in a very good position here now. The acrobatics just cap off his second goal in 2 matches against Rwanda, their neighbours. Corner for Rwanda, and they'll try and get an equaliser. It's whipped across, headed away at the front post, and picked up over on that far side by Moses Weiswa. And a good chance if they can push the ball forward. Well, luckily, Niri Sarike was there for Rwanda, otherwise it would have been another good attacking move here for the Cranes. Looking very dangerous on the attack. Weiswa gets the ball over, but two players colliding there, and it's been tidied up by Muhire into the midfield and passed out wide. Good use of the width of the pitch. A bit more movement off the ball, Rwanda. Here's Mukunzi. Just like Rafael York, just another player who is based in Sweden. He plays for the Sand Vikings in the 3rd division in Sweden. Well, he's still playing some wonderful football, isn't he, Mehdi Kagere? A firm challenge, as you can see, with Manishimwe just going down, Jabel Manishimwe. 25 minutes in, Uganda sitting on a 1-goal lead scored by Fahad Bayo just a few minutes ago. Play on, says the referee. Nicely done, very nicely done. Shot coming in. It's very wide, but Muhire showing us what he's capable of doing. And I think on this surface you really can just fire in the shots and test the goalkeeper from many different positions. Got to get it relatively on target though, unlike Jack Tuyasinge on that occasion. Decent clearance, so it's going to be Rwanda who concede possession, and it'll be Uganda who will pick this up and once again try and sweep forward, catch out their opponents. Just crept over the line. Tuyasinge unable to keep that in. Picking the ball up, Muhire in the midfield. And Ashimwe. Ball out wide this time. Picked up by Dennis Rukundo. Quincy leaves it for Rukundo as they try and find a little bit of space down that right-hand side. It's good, strong defensive play there just to come across and just prevent them from going through. Good work by Mani Shimwe. Gets the ball out, and it's York who'll send it a little bit too far away from him. Good link-up play, but the final pass not delivered to the perfect position. On this surface, you just can't afford to hit it too hard. You know that it will run. Here they go, Uganda again. It's squared into the middle, and a great chance for a shot. The shot comes in. It's not a bad effort, is it? Coming in from Waiswa, Moses Waiswa. Sees his shot just hit the roof of the net. And perfectly placed in his path as he's moving forward. The first touch was good with the right foot, and that wasn't far off the target for the 24-year-old super sports player. Mukwala working well down that left-hand side, and he spotted his midfield teammate there. Picked up once again. The ball out to the left-hand side, picked up by Bayo this time. God, they're moving up really quickly, aren't they? There's a chance to try and get a decent crossover. That will be a goal kick. It's unlucky. Good cover play from the Rwandan defenders. Racing back to make sure that this man just didn't push forward. It was once again Waiswa. 30 minutes in, Uganda sitting on a 1-0 lead over Rwanda. Here at St Mary's Stadium in Kitende, which is just on the outskirts of Kampala, just going down towards the airport and down towards Entebbe. That's a good ball over to the right-hand side. Now, what can they do with this? Mukwala delivers a cross. No, he pulls it back. Chance for a shot from the captain. No, he goes over to the far side once again. And there's another header. This time it was Isaac Muleme who latched onto that, but he was backpedaling marginally. Bios, excuse me, with the header at the far post. But the construction, the build-up play is looking very slick from Uganda. Shimwe Muhire using Raphael York. Two players based in Sweden. York playing for Eskilstuna. Just his second match playing for his national team. Good racing, good work down the left-hand side. The cross wasn't brilliant and is met by Mutsinzi, who has plenty of time to deal with that. Look at the cover play. That was absolutely sensational. And the ball won back, and Uganda, again, providing us with some good fighting spirit out here. Well, the idea was good, but when you don't see where your teammates are and you make the pass, that's an issue. It can be forgiven on this occasion because, well, it was a good idea. And they haven't made too many mistakes in terms of passing Uganda in the way that they've been working down that left flank and making space for each other, playing as a unit. Rwanda biding their time, using the width of the pitch. High ball coming over, taken very well by Charles Lukwego, the 28-year-old. Battle in the midfield continues. Tidied up on that occasion by Raphael York. It's a good cross. It's an excellent cross as well. You needed to head that away, and it got whipped in from the right-hand side. You could see that Mehdi Kagere trying to flick the ball into the path of his teammate Tuya Singhe, but well, it was just not pinpoint precision. Could have gone anywhere. It's been picked up by Muhire. Here's the delivery. Just goes over the top of the first defender, Enoch Walusimbi, and it goes out for a throw in it. And Muhire will take this. Spent some time playing in Egypt for Helmakasa. It's going to be a goal kick. Standing firm and just not allowing Muhire to find a bit of space. Pushing the ball past the defender unsuccessfully. Free kick going against the Uganda there. It's going to be a free kick, but small sprinkling of fans that have allowed in here. Dignitaries and officials predominantly just enjoying this scenario. It's Uganda on the verge of back-to-back victories, potentially. Maybe Rwanda will come back into it, but there's York getting a good ball down to Muhire. Oh, he just couldn't get his ball back across. He was just falling backwards. Never easy, of course, to try and connect perfectly. Good work from York. Excellent vision just behind the captain, Dennis Iguma. But the connection was not happening. To go in the first half for Manishimwe. Sarike sends the ball up. That's nice, Len. A very nice touch indeed. And Kagere unable to do anything with that. Just surrounded by Ugandan defenders. Throw in for Uganda, trying to send the ball up to Stephen Mukwala. Just bundled over by Bayo. And Mukunzi down on the ground. Spent 3 years playing for APR, one of the top teams in Rwanda. Along with Ryan Sports, of course, and Police. There's the teams that are very familiar when it comes to winning silverware in Rwanda. Once again, they find themselves with the ball in the midfield, just pushing forward and trying to exploit and take advantage of the talent that they've actually got. That's a very good ball down through into the penalty box. Good, strong, solid defensive marking there, and it was very complicated for him to do something, Biarahanga, but here he is once again, and a more strong defensive play there from Mukunzi. Denying the 19-year-old Vipers player chance to express himself down in the corner. You just see what he does, just coming over Mukunzi, and he's a real handful, isn't he? There's a kind of a double hit there with Muhire coming in as well, but no harm done. Everybody's fine. Just give him a chance to put his boot back on, and we'll have a free kick for Rwanda as we approach the final 5 minutes of the first half. Manashimwe with the throw-in. Muhiri's control just lets him down. It's been picked up by Moses Waiswa. Long ball up down there, up the left flank. It's gone a little bit too far for Mukwala. But that's the kind of game plan they have. If there is something on, then you'll see the ball sent upfield quite quickly. The ball goes quite fast on this surface as well, as you can see. But they're always ready for to trigger a very quick counter, if possible. And even when they're taking the ball out of their own half, trying to leave a couple of Rwandan players stranded behind so that they've got an extra man or two pushing forward. Tactics are good. Ahead Bio's 22nd minute goal puts Uganda in the driving seat of this FIFA World Cup qualifying clash, Group E, here in Africa. And a battle between the neighbours. Long-range effort taken well by Charles Lukwego. Big time from distance from Mutsinzi. Tried his luck there. The Trofense defender. Control's very good. But that pass just out wide, maybe just a little bit too close to the defenders. Picks the ball back up, Mukwala. Calmly done, very mature in the way that he brought the ball back. Hanger also in the right place. He's only just 19, so you've got some few young players in this squad. It's a nice mix, in fact, when you look at the different ages. Walu Simbi, just 22 years old at the back, and here they are pushing forward. A long-range shot. It's a strike that goes very high. The hands go up to apologize, but there's nothing to apologize about. I think that you need to get the shots in. You need to pepper the goal and try and test the goalkeeper and test the defenders at the back. I think when having seen what Toya Singe's fluffed attempt of trying to it's a nice gesture what he's doing. That's good from Dennis Rukundo. But
the more requests, ladies and gentlemen, please.
Just what you're trying to do, it came from a botched attempt to clear the ball, of course, with Bio just at the far post, heading the ball into the corner, but it shouldn't have really happened. But it's laying on the pressure. The pressure will eventually have an effect on the defense, and all it needs to do is just rattle the players at the back. We can just see exactly what they're trying to do here. Uganda pushing forward constantly and getting themselves into dangerous positions. Rwanda into the last minute of normal time. Picked up by York. Muhire shot, it's a great shot as well. Didn't he get well behind it? Muhire very dangerous when he finds a bit of space and he just lifts his head up and he sees the goal. Well, we'll see him unleash a couple of shots throughout this match. That was a good example, but it was well watched and well spotted by Charles Lukwego. Long ball up towards Toya Singe, easily read by Lukwego on that occasion. And the KCCA goalkeeper firmly in position and doing his job impeccably. 1 minute of added time before we wrap up the first half. Still a chance for a goal if anybody's willing to push up. they're allowed to push up more so. Nice little touch that was. Coming from York. Shimwe. Well, it's been picked up and it's been stolen back. Midi Kagere coming to retrieve the ball. Here's Muhire. And there's the half-time whistle blown here at the St. Mary's Stadium in Kitende. So in the outskirts of Kampala, the half-time scoreline here, Uganda 1, Rwanda 0, and they move top provisionally in Group E. We'll take a break. The second half coming up. Can Uganda just keep hold of that lead, or will Rwanda come back? 45 minutes of football to be played, and I think it's going to be thrilling and exciting. So hope you join us for the second half here in Kitende.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the first 45 minutes. Uganda leading by a goal to nil, scored by Shatnan Fahad Bayo.
لعبة السيرة وراك شوف لعبة السيرة وراك
Uganda. Scored by Shatnan Fahad. us watching this game are the three national team captains, the former captain Dennis Onyango, Captain Emma Okui, and Captain Khalid Awucho are watching this game. You're most welcome.
There's no one like you.
And also,
No one.
we recognize the presence of Eddie Kenzo, the man. Thank you for watching this game.
Welcome back to the St Mary Stadium in Katende, just on the outskirts of Kampala. We are in Uganda. This is the FIFA World Cup qualifying match. It's the fourth match from the group for these two nations, Uganda and Rwanda in Group E. And at the moment, it is Uganda, the hosts, who have a 1-0 lead. And Fahad Bayo, scoring the goal in the 22nd minute, has given the Ugandan Cranes of Mishu Milutin Sredojevic the lead going into the second half. Can they, well, just keep hold of that? Can they take the 3 points? If they can, well, it's looking good also in Nairobi, because the other clash is in the group is between Kenya and Mali. Mali are top with 7 points, up against Kenya, and the top of the table with 7 points, 2 above Uganda. Kenya with 2 points, and Rwanda at the bottom with 1. So if Mali play out a draw, then Uganda will join them on 8 points at the top of the table, and that would, well, provide us with a thrilling finale with the 2 final games. So we look forward to that. But we're not there yet. We've got another 45 minutes of football to be played. Rwanda will want to get back into this, and they'll want to try and test this man here, Charles Lukwego, 28-year-old KCCA goalkeeper, who will, well, be looking to try and keep the ball out of the back of the net. We've got a change, and a Shimwe has gone off, and he's been replaced by Nishimwe, Blaise Nishimwe. Here we go then, Rwanda in blue and yellow, looking to try and score an equaliser, get themselves back into this clash against Uganda, who will be very, very confident, having scored that one goal in the first half, halfway through the first half. That's a very good ball, and a quick reaction here as they push forward with the ball just coming out wide to Isaac Muleme. Will he take on his man? Yes, he will. He'll draw the foul as well, and Dennis Rukundo brings him down. It will be a free kick. The other qualification matches from Group B, Zambia, Equatorial Guinea, they'll play tonight. Mauritania, Tunisia at 9 p.m. tonight. And Central African Republic, 2-0 down against Nigeria. Remember, Central African Republic beat Nigeria in Nigeria 1-0 in the first of the two clashes between those two nations. So Super Eagles gaining a bit of revenge there. Cape Verde, Liberia, it's at 6 p.m. Here is the ball whipped in. Oh, it's a good opportunity. Should have pounced on that. There was no defender following him. And that was a golden opportunity for Uganda to try and get a second goal. Comes to nothing, unfortunately, because the contact wasn't there, but beautifully delivered, and just catching out the Rwandan defence. They didn't read that very well, did they? And I'm sure that Vincent Mashami will be a little bit concerned about his defensive setup there, because, well, they weren't moving with the players and just keeping them, as we say, tucked inside of the pocket and not giving them an inch to move. Goalless between Kenya and Mali in this other group clash here in Group E. And Benin trailing 1-0 to Tanzania. Shimwe, substitute, down on the ground, draws the foul. Madagascar and the Democratic Republic of Congo is the clash that will take place there from Group J tonight as well at 6 p.m. in a couple of hours' time. Raphael York is standing on the ball waiting for the referee to give him the green light to whip this in with the left foot. See how well drilled this Ugandan defence is. High ball coming over the top. It's nice. There are three players there. Oh, it's tipped over the crossbar by the goalkeeper, Lukwego. Maybe he didn't get a touch on it, but that was very close. Look at downward header. Didn't get a finger to it. Downward header should have headed that in. What were the defenders thinking? There were three players at the back, and it was perfectly struck. Had the right height. From the back, with Zinzi, high ball over the top, into no man's land. Good to see the three former captains of the Ugandan team just in the stands watching. Dennis Onyango, of course, the goalkeeper, wonderful player. And Manuel Okwi and Khalid Oucho, those three players just sat next to each other up in the stands watching this game. Dennis Onyango now playing for... I think he's playing for Bidvest Wits, I believe. He went out on loan. He was playing for the Mamelodi Sundowns, of course, but he went out on loan to Bidvest Wits. But I think he's returned to Mamelodi. I'm pretty sure. He has, of course, he is. Yeah, and well, we'll take a look at the free kick here. Raphael York again. It's very similar, but it's a little bit closer. It's chipped into the penalty area, but luckily for Rwanda, for Uganda, the defenders are in position. And it is not just the defenders, but it's also that man there, Bayo, the centre forward, coming back to defend, takes his position at front post. They'll try and clear this Uganda there. Well, there's a header, it's a downward header. They need to get rid of it. It's fired away finally by Timothy Awani. Does well, Mukwala, considering the bouncing and the bobbling of the ball. Well, there's a little bit of danger, a little bit of pressure there just on the man at the back near Sarike, but he does well. Shimwe back to Sarike. He's driven straight at Aziz Kayondo, the Vipers defender. Rukundo gets the ball back. Good work this time. Kagari getting involved. Jack Tuisinge back to Rukundo. Here he is again. Tuisinge, nice ball down into the corner. Nishimwe, but runs a little bit too far for him. Cover play from Kayondo. Just 19 years of age, playing like a veteran, not throwing himself into the challenge. And the stretcher might come on for the FC Ashdod player, the Timothy Awani. Going off, and he'll receive some treatment, assess the situation, and find out if he can carry on or not, or whether or not Mishu needs to replace him. Remember that Uganda playing at the Jan in Rwanda, and playing some great football. It's the fans that really added something extra to their performances. All dressing up and dancing. It was fantastic. Great celebration of football. Good opportunity. That's not bad. That's good work. But you can't do it alone. And I think that really frustrated Mehdi Kagere, because he was looking for someone. He's crying out to his teammates, you've got to move up into dangerous positions. We're not going to be able to, connect if you're not going anywhere near the penalty box. And there's kind of holding back and not taking a risk in pushing forward and trying to get shots in on goal and create those dangerous positions. It'll just be too easy for Uganda if that's the case. Here is Sarike. Dennis Rukundo cuts inside. Just to get rid of Isaac Muleme. Gets the ball back, Rukundo. Down the line, it's very well cut out by Kayondo. Kagari back to Rukundo. York goes very deep. That's gone a little bit too far. Shimwe unable to connect. Just outside of the penalty area, down in that corner. High ball over the top. It's worked a couple of times, of course, as we saw with the downward header that went right over this man here. Bouncing off the ground and on this artificial surface. Enoch Simbi. Brilliant skill, brilliant skill. Dispossessed after that nice touch. It's good work by Rukundo. Just uses his body, and it's been teed up. That was nearly a very slick move, but too much traffic in the middle, and Uganda breathe a sigh of relief. 10 minutes into the second half. It's he's down on the ground again, Timothy Awani, and I think that he needs to make a change here, Mishu Milutin Sredojevic, because he is obviously suffering. I think it's muscular as well. Stretcher coming on, and he's going to have to make a decision, the Serbian coach. Well, that was the collision as we saw Kayando go down. But Kayando's absolutely fine. No, it's Awani. There wasn't. There you go. There's Kayando. There's nothing wrong with him after that challenge where he just got nudged or pushed off the ball. Call it what you like from Dennis Rukundo. It's Timothy Awani who's having an issue, and I think it's muscular because he's not in a great place, is he? And it's the second time that he's had to go off in the last few minutes. You just don't make mistakes. You just get on with it. It's a great chance for another shot on goal, and well, it all came so quickly. Stephen Mukwara into the side netting. But it was all set up perfectly. Very dangerous player, isn't he, the Maroons FC Loney. And of course, Awani's gone off, and this is the change that has been made. Bringing on Livingston Molondo. Zuk Moleme going off, and Martin Kizza coming on to replace him. Dennis Rukundo with the throw-in. Good work down the left-hand side. Waiting for the decent cross. The cross comes in. Oh, that was flashing straight past Kagere, and he should have latched onto that. It was perfectly set up for him to connect with his head, but Rwanda with a couple of good opportunities with the high ball.
Ready.
Getting a bit more possession in the second half, Rwanda. Uganda will get their chance at one point. Let's see what the fresh legs can bring to this game for the Cranes. Picked up by Nishimwe down the middle. Nice touch from Muhire just to get the ball out wide. Here he again. Well, York just has a bit of contact on his ankle, brings him down. Luanga penalised, and a free kick. And just watch out for the forwards, Toya Singe, Kagere, and I'm sure there'll be a couple of the defenders coming up. Niri Sarike and Mutsinzi as well. There's the movement, the delivery comes in, and you had to make a defensive header. That's a very good defensive header, because when you're turning like that, because you have to direct it away from the goal, and you're backpedaling, very complicated. Does really well. Rwanda with the corner, and that's going to go out for a throw. No, it comes off the post, in fact. Muhire. Nishimwe also helping out down in the corner. And coming across to take it will be Raphael York. Referee not ready. And he is now, and there's the ball in again. There's players just at the far post. You've got to get rid of it. And just look, there's 2-3 Rwandan players just queuing up. But finally, too much traffic and no space really to do anything. Been picked up down the left-hand side. Racing forward is Imani Shimwe. He gets knocked off the ball, and well, the referee, Mr. Guirat of Tunisia, calls for a free kick. Discipline just letting them down at the moment, Uganda. They've got to just remain tight, not throw themselves into the challenge. They're all pretty tame fouls, but all you need is something a little bit reckless, and a card might come out. We haven't had any yellow cards in this clash so far. Just giving the ball to your opponents deep in your own territory. Nishimwe will pick the ball up, and he'll go for a shot himself. Puts it on his, well, he tries to put it on his left foot, but the ball just rolls a little bit too far away from him. Picked up by Rukundo. Gets the ball down to the left-hand side. Rwanda trying to move the ball around, dispossessed, and now is a good chance for a counter-attack, but it goes, well, they do manage to keep hold of the ball. That's an excellent ball down to the right-hand side if he can keep that in, but he can't. So it's finally gone out of play, but you can see that Iguma was in a very good position to go and latch onto that. If the pass back into his path was good enough, it wasn't. Dennis Rukundo for Rwanda. An update on the scores in the other matches that are taking place. Well, Nigeria still 2-0 up against Central African Republic in Group C. Cape Verde, Liberia taking place, that match taking place tonight. Now, Mali have taken a lead against Kenya, which obviously affects Uganda and Rwanda. And it's Kone who scored a goal in the 55th minute. So that goal will put Mali firmly in the driving seat of this group, as they could potentially move to 10 points if they dispose of Kenya. Here at Sameri Stadium in Kitende, it's Uganda 1, Rwanda 0, with Adbayo scoring the only goal. Here's a ball that's delivered over into the penalty box, scooped up by Charles Lukwego before Jack Toyasinge could get anywhere near it. So Mali would move to 10 and Uganda would move to 8. There'd still be a 2-point difference between these two teams. And if it stays like this, of course, and these two teams walk away with 3 points each. And to be perfectly honest with you, that does set things up quite interestingly for the other matches that will take place in this in the group, because in November, of course, we've got those return the final 2 rounds of action. Rwanda are at home to Mali, Uganda at home to Kenya, and then a few days later it's Mali at home to Uganda and Kenya at home to Rwanda. So Mali, Uganda, round about the 16th of November, could be a pivotal clash, obviously depending on the next round, but and depending on the next 20-odd minutes. We've got another change, and Mukwala's going off. Replaced by Junior Yunus Sentamu.
Second substitution for Uganda.
And Dondi going off, and it's Orit who's going to come on to replace him. Ibrahim Orit. And a free kick it is for Biaruhanga. High ball into the penalty area. Anybody there to latch on as a chance, and it's been cleared by Niri Sarike. Giving the ball back to Uganda. Orit getting his first touch. Giving the ball back to Rwanda. Easily picked up by Mvoya Kure. Kagere just outnumbered there, just down the right-hand side. Still battles valiantly to get hold of the ball, but it's the Cranes who will have the last word. Really good work, that is. That's a good bit of running just to try and get a little bit of space. Singay. That's going to be a free kick, a bit of shirt pulling. Rwanda just down the right hand side. We've got 20 minutes remaining here. 20 minutes to find out who will pick up the points. If Uganda pick up 3 points, then, well, I think that it'll be an interesting frantic push in the final 2 rounds of action, because it'll put a lot of pressure on Mali, who are the leaders, unbeaten. Both teams unbeaten, but Mali with 2 wins rather than 1 for Uganda. Here's the delivery into the penalty box, headed away. Throw in it is. Decent cross into the penalty box once again. Marking has to be very tight with the loose balls. That's exactly how Rwanda find themselves in good attacking positions, because the marking at the back, a little bit slack by Uganda at times, especially from the set pieces. Just have to keep it tight. Ball coming over at the far post. And Rit up against his opposite number, Muhire. Marshals his zone, and it will be a throw-in, which will be taken by Dennis Iguma, the captain of the Cranes team here. Rwanda qualifying for the Africa Cup of Nations on 1 occasion. That was in 2004. They finished 9th. But it was a 16-team competition at the time. Of course, that changed in Egypt in 2019. They were in the group with Tunisia, Guinea, and Democratic Republic of Congo. Lost to Tunisia in their opening clash, 2-1. Jaziri Santos scoring those 2 goals. Elias scoring a goal for Rwanda, their first ever in the Africa Cup of Nations. Their second clash was a 1-1 draw against Guinea, with Kamanzi scoring a late equaliser. So their first point in Africa Cup of Nations in their second encounter. And then the final clash, they managed to beat the DRC 1-0 with Makazi scoring in the 74th minute. So they went through a whole roller coaster ride of emotions with in their first ever appearance. And of course, it was a wonderful celebration for Rwandan football. But after that, they didn't manage to get through to the knockout stages, because they didn't finish in the top 2. And it was Tunisia and Guinea who finally went through, because Guinea picked up a win and 2 draws rather than a loss, a win and a draw. Yellow card being distributed there because to one of Svedojevic's staff members. Didn't see which one it was, but just for being a little bit too vocal. There's a good chance this is Uganda. Now they pick the ball up. Oh, that's going to be a free kick. And he might pick up a yellow card for that reckless gesture. Not an ideal scenario for Mukunzi, but he saw that he was he'd lost Bayo quite comfortably, and he was going to probably try his hand at that shooting malarkey and test Mavoye Kure. Hauled down just in front of the last defender, Mutsinzi. Well-positioned free kick this is for Uganda, if they can try and hit the target. With 16 minutes to go here at St Mary Stadium in Kitende, south of Kampala, on the Kampala Express Road that takes you down to Entebbe. Four-man wall, and a couple of the big chaps in that wall as well, so it's going to be a bit complicated, but very feasible. If they can find the back of the net, we'll see if this finds its way through. Sentamu with his right foot. Sentamu shot. Oh, it's not bad at all. Look at that. It's so close. Just over. But a brilliant effort. Just couldn't keep it down.
Substitution for Rwanda, out to shot 11. Muhire
Connected so well.
and coming on to shot 7.
Well, Muhiri goes off. He's tried his hand at absolutely everything, but it just hasn't worked out today. And Iradukunda is the player who has come on to replace him. Well, they know that they've got to score a goal now, Rwanda, and they have to try and push forward. Here's the delivery into the penalty box once again, and the referee just says, get up. There was a scream as he hit the deck. They try and find an answer to that Fahad Bayo goal in the 22nd minute. Uganda on the cusp of picking up back-to-back wins over their neighbours Rwanda. Match day 3 and 4 in this second qualifying round, World Cup qualifying for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar 2022. Ishimwe gets the ball back to Rukundo. Pinched from underneath his nose by Kayondo. Another high ball that comes over, no one's up for it. They really want to get rid of the danger as quickly as possible. Bayo's gone down with cramp. But in terms of success for Rwanda, they have they've played well in the CACAFA Cup. Runners-up on numerous occasions. We can have a look at the goal here. Look at that. That was Toya Senge who couldn't clear the ball. It just goes over to the far post, and it is easily headed in to basically an empty net by Bayo, with the goalkeeper stranded in the middle of his own goal. But Toya Senge's attempt to try and clear the ball basically gave a freebie to Bayo, pounced, and the goal went in. Second goal in as many games. And the master plan is working for Mishu, but there's a chance for Rwanda as they again go pushing forward. I think that's going to be calls that it was a corner, but it's going to be a goal kick, and I think we have yet another change. And there we have another change for Uganda with Bayo, who goes off, and on comes Kagimu. Goal scorer, of course, making way. Having played his part, 11 minutes left for Uganda to try and keep hold of this advantage. The 14th match played for Shafiq Kagimu. Picked up in the midfield by Kagari. Oh, Dennis Rukundo unable to get the perfect cross into the middle. He's a bit concerned, isn't he, Mishu Milutin Sredojevic? You can understand that because they're finding a lot of space. They're getting the crosses over, and they've got to be very, very focused now. If they want to just walk away with the 3 points and celebrate back-to-back victories against your neighbours, which doesn't happen every day, I think that they need to just be focused and very sharp when it comes to defending, and they've got to now put in the extra percentage to cover, defend, and just keep alert and make sure that they follow players when they go on a walkabout in the Ugandan half, and just make sure that the marking is very tight, because otherwise you could just see them picking up a goal, and that's slack and clumsy, that challenge there, just to bring down Shimwe. It's going to be a yellow card, which makes complete and utter sense for that silly challenge there by Tadio Lwanga. Second yellow card of the game, with Makunzi picking up the first. Nishimwe. Rukundo. Good fighting in the midfield from the Cranes, and the ball sent up towards Sentamu, but that's good defensive play by Nirasarike, and the Uratu player based in Armenia, just linking up well with his goalkeeper, Mavuya Kure. And the ball goes out for a throw-in just over on the far side. It's taken quickly. Eight minutes to go here at St Mary Stadium, and Uganda trying desperately to hold on to this lead as Toya Singe watches the ball just roll over the paint. 55 matches played now for Rwanda, for the APR centre forward. 15 goals scored. Love to score a goal here today. The Shimwe, since he came on to replace Mana Shimwe, he has most definitely added extra buzz to that midfield, just working really hard to win the ball and distribute the ball and find his teammates. His work rate is top-notch, to be perfectly honest with you. Rukundo's cross, and this time it's met comfortably by the captain, Iguma. Dispossessed again, Rukundo. This is dangerous. This is as Rwanda push forward. It will be a free kick for Uganda, and they'll just slow it down a little bit, take the pace out of the game, and there's another yellow card that's being handed out by Mr. Hitem Hirat of Tunisia. We'll see who that went to. We see the challenge again. I think it might be Nishimwe. Yeah, I think so. Five minutes left in Nairobi, Kenya. Still trailing by a goal to nil from that Kone goal in the 55th minute. The clash in Group E. God, that's just how close that Sentamu free kick was. Oh, he gets in the way this time, but flag, I think, went up. He tried to dart away and get to the ball before Sarike, the central defender, who's keeping a close eye on the centre forward. Into the last 5 minutes, Fahad Bayo, scorer of the only goal. Throwing it is for Uganda. They'll be clock watching to a certain extent now. At the same time, they just got to continue to be very tight in defence, try and keep possession. Into the penalty box, Sentamu. He's got Kiza next to him. But the flag has gone up for offside. Sentamu picking up a yellow there. Ball comes out to Rukundo. Lofts a high one into the penalty box. The arm went up by Iradukunda. Enoch Walusimbi will just take advantage of this and go to ground just to eat into the time on the clock, which makes sense. And Iradukunda picking up the yellow card now. The discipline just not as good as it was in the first half. There is a bit of frustration out there, especially coming from the Rwandan team. The Amavubi not happy seeing this this match move away, and Vincent Mashami still knows that there's enough time to score an equaliser for their quest to try and qualify for the third round in their bid to qualify for the World Cup. Has moved away. Once they lost their opening game and the last one, of course, it was going to be very complicated with just one team qualifying from the group. A 24-year-old police player, born in Kampala. Dennis Rukundo here. The free kick. This is where they've got to be careful. The set pieces, when they float one over into the penalty box, you just don't know what's going to happen, because there's some tired legs out there, and they've more often than not found a couple of their players who haven't really managed to polish off the move over on the far side, and they'll be queuing up, as you can see. Even the big men coming up. Niri Sarike. And the decision is to go down. Oh, that's just not the right decision. Why on earth did they do that? Just to mix it up a little bit? Well, it's been working quite well so far. The lofted ball up into over into the penalty area. Just haven't make the right decision with just over a minute left on the clock. But only they know what they're doing. It's poor decision from my side, but that's the way it is. They wanted to mix it up a bit, so I understand to a certain extent, but probably get one or two more chances before the end of the match. There might be a couple of minutes of added time with a couple of players going down and receiving a bit of treatment, including Timothy Awani. And that's a free kick for Uganda. Well, there's no need to retaliate like that. The reaction from Makunzi. Well, Tadio Lwanga, 3 minutes.
Three minutes.
That was the little tangled up situation that we saw. Both players going down, and there's a couple of things going on there, but in any case, it's all good. We got a free kick. Uganda will use the clock, probably pick up a yellow card as they waste a bit of time. The high ball goes over the top. At the same time, you don't want to pick up yellow cards because, you know, you could miss games. There's a good little steal here into the penalty box. The ball comes back. The shot just couldn't get behind it and pull it back, Sentamu. But it was a good attempt to try and get a second goal. They're trying to move the ball very quickly, Rwanda. And the Amavubi looking to try and sting Uganda and get themselves an equaliser. But they won't get it like that. There's a player that's been hauled down. And it looks like it's Enoch Walasimbi, who's clutching his right knee. Gary picks up the yellow card. And the love-hate relationship between these two nations. What spills into this clash as well. Just lashing out, wasn't he, Mehdi Kagere? Handball from Sentamu. Into last minute. Uganda hoping that they can keep hold of this lead. There's a last chance for Rwanda as they try and push forward. Is that a free kick? No, it isn't. They still have possession. The ball's been whipped into the penalty box. There's a player, there's a shot coming in. Oh, it's a fine drive as well, but it's not on target. But you can see the danger. Mishimwe on the edge of the penalty box. If he'd have kept that down, he struck it very, very well, but it just wasn't on target. They haven't had too many seriously good scoring chances, Rwanda, but when they've been given a few opportunities, but they haven't really managed to exploit it. More so coming from the mistakes from the Ugandan defence, or just some slack defending. Here they are going again, and it's 4 players against 3. They're pushing forward. There's a chance here. Redukunda trying to get himself the right pass, the right ball. We've gone past the 3-minute mark. And there's the final whistle, and Uganda celebrate back-to-back victories. Mishu Milutin Sredojevic said that he wanted to get some points. The final score, Uganda 1, Rwanda 0. Well, that is exactly what Mishu said that he would do. He would get back-to-back wins against Rwanda on match day 3 and match day 4. They've done that. They've achieved their goal, and with that, with those 3 points out here today against Vincent Mashami's men, Uganda, well, they've got 8 points now, but Mali look like they're on the cusp of beating Kenya in Nairobi. That will give them the 3 points that they will take and add on to their 7. That makes 10 points. It looks like it's a done deal as we enter the last minute, I think, in Nairobi. But just look at this and how much it means to Uganda. Let's give full credit. And Fahed Bayo, the goal scorer, once again, his 2nd goal in 4 days, his 2nd goal in as many matches. And the only goals that Uganda have scored in 4 matches played, but vital goals that have given them 6 points. And that's that's a good foundation for the next 2 clashes that will take place. And they're going to be complicated matches, but, well, who knows? Anything's possible. 2 rounds left, 2 matches left in Group E. And that will make for some very, very interesting football to be played. But here at St Mary's Stadium in Kitende, Uganda, and the whole nation will be celebrating this win. It's a very important win, and Uganda still keep their hopes alive with a 2nd victory, unbeaten in fact. 2 draws away to Kenya and at home to Mali, and then 2 wins against Rwanda. Anything is possible. Can the Cranes go through and qualify for round 3? We'll have to wait and see. But it's game after game. They take it one step at a time as the 2 coaches greet each other and thank each other, of course. Vincent Mashami just not walking away with the right result. But here it is then, Mali. Well, they do have the victory, 10 points, 1-0. They managed to beat Kenya. Uganda up to 8. It's the battle for the top place between Mali and Uganda going into the final 2 clashes. Kenya in 3rd place ahead of Rwanda. For me, Robbie Knock and the team, thanks very much for watching. Congratulations to Uganda, commiserations to Rwanda.